Right now, in showrooms across the country, thousands of people are about to make a $40,000 mistake. They're going to walk into a dealership, fall in love with something shiny, drive it home, and inside of 36 months, they will have lost more money than some people earn in a year. Not because of accidents, not because of bad luck, but because they didn't know what you're about to know. And here's the brutal truth about 2026. There are more average cars on sale right now than at any point in the last decade. Most of them look impressive in the brochure. Most of them come loaded with tech, with bold styling, with promises of comfort. But when you run the real numbers, the ownership costs, the depreciation curves, the reliability track records from hundreds of thousands of real drivers, most of them fall apart completely. The winners, though, the cars that actually hold their value, keep their owners out of dealership service bays, and still put a smile on your face after 80,000 miles, those are rare. And today, we're going to find every single one of them. I've spent weeks going through the latest data from Consumer Reports, who tested over 260 vehicles for their 2026 top picks list. I've cross-referenced that against JD Power quality and dependability scores, Kelley Blue Book depreciation forecasts, Edmunds real-world ownership cost calculations, and reliability predictions pulled from surveys covering over 380,000 real vehicle owners. These are not opinions. These are patterns, and patterns don't lie. Today, I'm counting down the only 5 cars in 2026 that beat every serious rival in their class, and by the time we get to number 1, you are going to understand exactly why most other cars on the market right now simply do not deserve your money. If this is your first time on the 80th Cars channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon, because we do this kind of deep research every single week, and what we're about to cover today is some of the most important buying intelligence we have ever put out. Let's start at number 5, and this one surprises a lot of people when they see it on the list. Number 5 is the 2026 Subaru Forester Hybrid. Now, here's what most shoppers think when they hear Subaru Forester. They think of a practical but forgettable small SUV, perfectly competent, nothing special, the kind of car you'd buy if you couldn't decide between anything else. On paper, they're not entirely wrong. The Forester is not glamorous, it's not fast, it will not win a single stoplight race in its entire life. But here's where things get genuinely interesting, and here's the number that changes everything. 35 miles per gallon combined from a full-size over SUV with standard all-wheel drive. That's not a misprint. According to EPA testing data, the 2026 Forester Hybrid is delivering 35 mpg city, 34 mpg highway, up to 40% more efficient in the city than the non-hybrid version. And Consumer Reports, based on their own road testing and their survey of 380,000 vehicles, is predicting above average reliability for this model. Not average, above average. That distinction matters enormously when you're making a decision that will affect your bank account for the next 5 to 8 years. But it's the safety story that separates this car from every other SUV in its price bracket. The 2026 Forester Hybrid carries an IHSS Top Safety Plus designation, the absolute highest honor the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety can give, and a 5-star overall rating from the National Highway Safety Administration. Standard equipment includes automatic emergency braking that works at highway speeds, blind spot detection, rear cross-traffic alert, adaptive cruise control, lane centering, and a rear occupant alert system. Every single one of those features comes standard on the base trim, starting at approximately $34,730. Think about that number for a second. You're getting flagship-level safety technology, above-average predicted reliability, full-time mechanical all-wheel drive, and 35 miles per gallon for $34,000. One owner who made the switch from a competing SUV told us, "I've never spent less in fuel in my life, and I have 3 kids and a dog using this thing every single day." That is the Subaru Forester Hybrid promise, not excitement, protection. Number 4 is going to save some of you thousands of dollars this year, especially if you're currently shopping in the compact car segment.
Number 4 is the 2026 Honda Civic Hybrid, and Consumer Reports just named it the best small car in America for 2026 and the most affordable vehicle on their entire top 10 list. Here's what most people get wrong about the Civic Hybrid. They think it's just a Civic with slightly better fuel economy, a minor upgrade, barely worth the extra money. That assumption is going to cost them. The 2026 Civic Hybrid does not have a slightly better powertrain. It has a completely different one. Honda's 2.0-liter four-cylinder paired with their dual-motor hybrid system produces 200 horsepower. That's 50 more horsepower than the standard gas Civic, and it achieves 44 miles per gallon overall in Consumer Reports' own testing, up from 33 mpg in the non-hybrid. That's 33% better fuel economy and more power. You almost never get both of those things at the same time from the same car at the same price. And the price is where this gets almost unfair. The 2026 Civic Hybrid starts at $30,445, according to Kelley Blue Book, and it earned the KBB Best Buy Award for its segment. Consumer Reports found that it goes from 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds. That's 2 full seconds faster than the standard Civic. The 2025 generation already earned IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus and 5 stars from NHTSA, ratings the 2026 model is expected to carry forward without change. One tester at Consumer Reports called it flat out, "This is a fantastic car. It has the excellent handling, great styling, and interior simplicity of the regular Civic, but with an amazing powertrain that gets fantastic fuel economy." That quote is not from a paid advertisement. That is from an independent organization that bought the car with its own money and tested it against every competitor. Smart money buys the Civic Hybrid in 2026, not its rivals. Before we get to our top 3, I want to quickly ask, if you're getting real value from this breakdown, go ahead and hit the like button right now. You're not just doing me a favor, you're helping this research reach more buyers who need it, and that's the whole point. The top 3 are where the real jaw-droppers are, so let's keep going. Number 3 is a car that keeps showing up on every credible best of list in 2026, and it's one that a lot of mainstream shoppers overlook because they assume luxury means unreliable. They are wrong, and the data proves it. Number 3 is the 2026 Lexus NX 350h Hybrid. On paper, the luxury compact SUV segment looks brutal in 2026. You've got German rivals offering twin turbocharged engines and sporting branding. You've got American brands offering massive touchscreens and aggressive styling. And then you've got the Lexus NX, which looks conservative by comparison and makes absolutely no attempt to be the flashiest thing in the room. But here is the kicker, and this is the number that matters more than any of the marketing noise. The 2026 Lexus NX 350h with front-wheel drive returns 40 miles per gallon combined. That is a real luxury SUV with real leather, real build quality, and real comfort, returning the same fuel economy as some compact economy cars. J.D. Power data confirms that Lexus is the most reliable luxury brand in the United States. Not one of the most reliable, the most reliable. The NX, built on Toyota underpinnings, inherits that mechanical integrity entirely. Consumer Reports made the Lexus NX a top pick for 2026, praising its efficiency, reliability, and the fact that the front seats are, and I'm quoting directly, as especially plush and supportive. Pricing starts at $46,070 according to Kelley Blue Book, and Lexus's own dealer service network consistently scores at the top of ownership satisfaction surveys. One repeat Lexus buyer put it in terms every car shopper should understand. "I've owned 3 Lexus NX models in a row. 0 unexpected repair bills, 0 times stranded, every mile exactly as promised. 3 consecutive ownership cycles without a single surprise. In a segment where some German luxury rivals are facing recall after recall and depreciation that hits 50% in 3 years, that track record is not just impressive, it is extraordinary. The Lexus NX is what happens when a brand builds a car to last instead of building a car to impress on a test drive. Number 2 is the one that splits opinions more than any car on this list, but the numbers cut through it all.
Number 2 is the 2026 Tesla Model Y, and Consumer Reports just named it the best electric vehicle in America for 2026. Tesla completely refreshed the Model Y for 2026. This is not a cosmetic update. Acoustic glass throughout the cabin for dramatically reduced road noise, more soft-touch materials on every interior surface, a completely redesigned dashboard, an 8-inch rear passenger touchscreen on premium trim and above, power-adjustable rear seatbacks, a more compliant tuned suspension. These are not minor changes. This is a ground-up interior overhaul on top of what was already the best-selling EV on the planet. Edmunds tested the 2026 Model Y and gave it an 8.2 out of 10, the highest score of any EV in their compact crossover segment. Pricing starts at $39,990 for the standard version, according to Edmunds, with the long-range AWD at $48,990. Now here's the thing people forget when they debate whether to buy a Tesla: the supercharger network. As of 2026, it is still the most reliable, most widespread fast-charging infrastructure in the world. One owner who drove cross-country in their long-range Model Y told us this: "Every charging stop coincided with a bathroom break. We never waited, never worried about range, never once felt like we'd made the wrong decision." That is the EV ownership experience that most buyers dream about and most EVs do not deliver. Consumer Reports praised the 2026 Model Y for thrilling acceleration, sharp handling, and wonderfully unobstructed forward views. And wait until you see what the number 1 car does, because even all of this is not enough to take the top spot. Number 1. The car that beat 9 consecutive champions to claim the KBB Best Buy Award for 2026. The car that Consumer Reports calls the best mid-size sedan in America, with a reliability score that, according to IC Cars, ranks higher than almost every single rival. Number 1 is the 2026 Toyota Camry Hybrid, and if you are anywhere near the market for a sedan right now, what you're about to hear should make the decision for you completely. The 2026 Toyota Camry is now sold exclusively as a hybrid. Toyota made that call and committed fully, and the results are staggering. The EPA certifies the 2026 Camry at between 43 and 51 miles per gallon combined, depending on trim, and Edmunds' own independent testing returned 45.9 mpg from the XSE, right in line with that estimate. That is a mid-sized family sedan that seats 5 adults comfortably, offers available all-wheel drive on every single trim level, has a starting price of $29,100 according to Consumer Reports' verified data, and gets better fuel economy than some compact crossovers. This is not a trade-off, this is everything. J.D. Power gives the 2026 Camry an 82 out of 100, with a standout 92 out of 100 score for resale value. That resale number is the one you need to think about carefully. According to IC Cars data, the Camry is expected to lose approximately 37.7% of its value over 5 years, well under the segment average, where some rivals are losing 50 to 55% in the same window. CarEdge calculates total 5-year ownership costs at $36,432 for the Camry, with only $14,274 of that being depreciation. That means the money you spend on this car largely stays in your pocket when you go to sell it. And the maintenance costs. Kelley Blue Book pegs 5-year scheduled maintenance for the Camry at $4,437, one of the lowest in any segment at any price.
Toyota backed all of this with a 10-year, 150,000-mile hybrid battery warranty. 10 years! That is confidence from a manufacturer who built the world's most proven hybrid technology over 25 consecutive years of refinement. For 2026, Toyota added a new Nightshade Edition, available all-wheel drive across every trim, and a dark Cosmos paint option that finally gives the Camry some visual personality to match its mechanical brilliance. Consumer Reports' own testers called it a chef's kiss, a successful recipe that Toyota has honed even closer to perfection this year. One owner, who switched from a German competitor after years of unexpected repair bills, said simply, "I just wanted to drive something that worked every single day." The Camry is exactly that. That is not a headline. That is a promise Toyota have been keeping for 40 years, and in 2026, they're keeping it better than ever. So, let's bring this home. These 5 cars, the Subaru Forester Hybrid, the Honda Civic Hybrid, the Lexus NX 350h, the Tesla Model Y, and the Toyota Camry Hybrid, are the only cars in 2026 that have cleared every single bar: reliability, value retention, real-world efficiency, safety, and long-term ownership costs that don't punish you for making a smart decision. Every other car you're being shown in showrooms right now may look impressive. Many will feel great during the test drive, but the test drive is the cheapest part of owning a car. The expensive part is everything that comes after it. And if you walk out of a dealership with anything that didn't make this list, you'd better have a very specific and very good reason. The market in 2026 will keep trying to sell you excitement, flashier styling, louder branding, and features designed to impress for 3 months before the novelty wears off. These 5 cars are built for the other 60, 70, 80 months of ownership, the ones where nobody's watching, and the only thing that matters is whether your car starts, runs, and holds its value. That is the competition worth winning. Now, I want to hear from you. Which one of these 5 surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments right now. And if you're currently shopping between any of these, tell us which one you're leaning towards. I read every single comment on this channel. And if this breakdown saved you from a $40,000 mistake, do me a favor and share it with someone who needs to see it before they walk into a dealership this weekend.